This is what would be known as a micro carver. This is Ram Products Incorporated. This micro carver, I don't know what the Dremel spins at, 25,000 RPMs to, I mean, I'm not too sure. I didn't do the stats, but this spins a lot faster than the Dremel with the flex shaft. This spins 45,000 RPMs. I got a bigger one up here that spins up to 50,000 RPMs. For this video, I'm going to be using this Ram microcarver lots. Fordham would be like a big ferry. Fordham right up here. That would be like a big, huge cruise boat or ferry, whatever. The Dremel would be like a tugboat, and this would be like a speedboat floating in the clouds when you're holding this, using this for carving. So I just want to show you guys that before. If you want to, I think this is $200 US. Don't hold me to it. But if you want to look at the Fordham, you can just go to the Ram. You can just go to the Ram site, and this is called the iCube. This is $200. It's a very, like, what are you going to pay for a Dremel now? A Dremel 4000 with the flex shaft. I think you're going to pay $200 for that. I'm not too sure if the price has gone up for this or not. It's November 2nd or something today, so 2023. But I'd go to the Ram site. And, this one is awesome. It's got forward, reverse, um, handpiece or foot pedal. I do not have a foot pedal for this one. So I'll turn it on by here. Here's your speed adjuster. Okay, so there you go, 45,000 RPMs. I don't run it. Well, I do and I don't. So what am I going to be carving today? Oh, also, I guess I should show you this handpiece. I'll put the camera on the overhead. Why these are super nice too, because with the Dremel, you got to get your little wrench and turn the thing, and then this just has a locking system in here. See this little part right here? You spin this, you pull your burr out. You get another burr, you put your new burr in, you spin it back, it clicks in, boom, it's tight. That easy to switch burrs. So this is like holding a pen compared to the Dremel. It's just so smoother and to carve with, and I don't use it a lot. I still like using the Dremel, but this is a specialty carving tool, and it creates less dust. And when I say it creates less dust than the Dremel, if you have a dust collector table or something to suck up the dust, because with this it spins so much faster than the Dremel. The dust is a lot finer than the Dremel or the Fordham, and it's easier for this table to collect all the dust, if that makes sense to you. Because I said that before in one of my videos, and somebody was like a friggin' hater. So what am I working on today, you ask? This is a treehouse. I carved it pretty quick yesterday. I think this is possibly cottonwood. It's got super hard grain. Wide grain. It's super soft wood. And yeah, this is the first replica of a treehouse I'm doing, because I carved a big. I'm doing a big chainsaw one, and I just want to do a couple replicas first. This will be the smaller one. So you'll see the tree is down here. Well, I hope it looks like a tree. And I made some branches come up. And I left this space open because I want to put a door in there. And the branches come up and around. So in this video today, I'm going to show you guys, I'm just going to show you how my mind works and how we're going to try and finish this piece off. Little treehouse. I guess we'll start with, I don't know what we'll start with. Just have fun. So right here, I made it so that door would be, a little door or something would be right here, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do on the top of this tree, like where it's there. Maybe I'll just deal with that when I get to painting, because I'm going to paint this piece and just kind of explore and have a good time. So I think right now another thing too, which is something like this, it's a lot of removing wood. So I got some undercuts underneath these branches. And when you do the undercut, you got to remove the wood. And you got to get that undercut bump away and smooth everything out. Like I try and, so here's a branch right here. So I try and make sure it's smooth at the top of the branch, so it doesn't look like, this branch. I want to make it look as least these branches were cut in, if that makes sense. So I can see a little bit of a bump there from the undercut. We're going to pull out the wood burner and everything today. So I think we'll start off with the shingles. Should I use a pencil? Yeah, maybe I'll get a pencil. Why I say a pencil, because this is super soft wood and it's porous and it would suck that pen in. It would take a lot of carving to get that pen mark out of the wood because the wood sucked it in so much. So I'm just going to do a line like this. If I wasn't doing a YouTube, I don't think I'd draw these lines on. I think I'd just probably carve them in. Hey, why didn't that one connect? So I'm not worrying about the shingles being like perfect. Like they can be like this because it's a friggin' treehouse in the middle of the Amazon forest or wherever you want to, some forest. It's not like they had squares when they were building it or carving it into a treehouse. If that makes any sense to you. Sometimes I know I don't make sense, but I think I've gone a little bit too big on these rows. But I think the smaller that I would have put the rows in, the better for the roof. But that's okay. You can put an extra row in between. This something like this it doesn't have to look like anything. What like basically why I wanted to make this video is just kind of show like I'm just doing what my mind sees, and I'm going to try and correct my mistakes what my mind sees, if that makes any sense to you. All right, so there's that. So I got the Kutzall Extreme taper burr on this one. This is the gold one, I believe. This is good. It's got a real thin point to do because for shingles they're like fish scales. They have to be overlapped each other, or dragon scales. So I'm going to I'm going to hold it really flat to the roof like this, and I'm going to go along and spin it and carve it like this. You see? I'm not going to cut it in like this because I could do this cut and spin it around like this, then come back and do this, but it makes sense just to do this beveled cut right from the beginning, and then it's less cut that we have to do later. So I'm going to drink some coffee here, and then I'll get on it. Okay, let's fire up the fan. Turn the micro motor on. I'm running it at full throttle. And it's a lot quieter than the Dremel too. Sorry. I'm not really going to follow those lines. I'm just going to kind of what am I doing here? Okay, so you can see that. Let's try it one cut deep, like that, then bevel. You can do it that way too. Whatever works best for you. And like I keep saying on all my videos, as long as you're having fun, nothing really should matter, right? So I'll get all these carved in and I'll be back. So you can see here I got the shingles cut in, the rows anyways. If you look down at the bottom here, you can see that, well, I cut it away a little bit too deep and some of it fell off. I didn't care when I was doing that because it just gives it a more rustic looking effect. I still have more carving to do on these branches. I need to round them off and make some like swoosh lines on there, give them some movement. This is just like, I'm not going to spend too much time on this piece because it is just the first replica I'm doing of my big chainsaw carving. So I just wanted to see if I could make the branches come up the house. So I think those kind of look like branches so far. I just need to clean them up and do some more stuff. But now, you can get a real each shingle individually. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wood burner. This is just a cheap Amazon one. I've showed this on lots of my videos. I got the most expensive wood burner, but I choose to use this one because it's got the big thick handle on there and it never overheats in my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just carve Rob and Studio on the Lake will use this wood burning pen as a undercut tool. So this pen here, I could heat it up like it really underneath those shingles deep in there, right? Under each course. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run around, do all underneath the courses, dig deep in there, burn deep, and then I'll start cutting in my shingles, okay? Then you can also give your shingles like little old wood looking effects on them. So I usually run this at, I'm not going to lie, full blast, but I'm going to drink some more coffee first. Lots of wood carvers, they'll do all the carving first so it's ready for wood burning, but there's lots of wood burning to do on this. So I'm going to do this, get these shingles done wood burning. Then I'm going to come down and clean up the tree thing because it splits it up for me. It doesn't make it so everything is like I got to sit there and wood burn this whole piece. Also with wood burning, it's really good to do it in a ventilated area because you don't want to breathe the smoke in from this wood. Also, I do believe this wood burner is in my Amazon store. So all I'm going to do is this is super soft wood, so I know it's this is going to dig deep underneath there. Let's just do here for example. Yeah, so it gets nice underneath there deep. But you just got to let the burner do its job. I have a fan above me, like a computer fan, so it's pushing all the air up through that fan. And I got filters in there, and hopefully it will filter out lots of the smoke. Not filters, but I just bought like a fake snow from the dollar store, like cotton stuff. Also, to do the undercuts, it really helps. Maybe I should take this outside, hit it with a hammer, make it sharper. It makes your tip a lot weaker though by doing that. So you can see it's getting underneath that layer of shingles really deep, right? This is also good for, I do really suggest this for the very beginning wood carvers, these wood burning pens, because like this roof is going to be painted a different color from this, but these tree branches are going to be painted a different color from the house. So when I go like this in here from this tree branch, okay, this would be like an undercut. Let me just finish off this long burn here. So when I got that burn in there, sorry, now when I'm painting this branch, the paint doesn't want to run off into the house because, like I said, this is soft wood. The paint might want to bleed out. But that wood burn acts like a ditch and it stops the paint from traveling onto the house. So back to the shingles. So let's just do a couple here. I want to see how it looks. Yeah, good. See how deep it gets in there? It probably would look better if I carved the shingles in, but it's all right. And I just stagger them like bricks, right? So, you got to crack here. Just don't put the crack, like I don't want to put the crack with that one. I want to put it over here. Just offline the cracks. I should know I did roofing for like a good part of my life. So that's all. So I'll get all this done and we'll be back. How about I wood burn everything, the branches and everything, because I might have to do some more carving, and I'll show you guys. See, that really gets in there deep. So I kind of screwed that up because it's so deep in there now. Now I got to carve some of this wood away from the house because, well, I just screwed up. Okay, so there you can see I got the wood burning all done. I really suggest before you do any wood burning, once you're done carving each layer, sand it first, because if you look close there, You can see some of the burs marks on the shingles. So I think it's time to carve again. I do want to carve, see how these branches just look a little bit square? I want to make them look more round and carve some of that undercut that I took away. See, like right there, it's super deep. You will notice your undercut marks and stuff like that when you paint your piece. Alright, so I'm going to do that with the Dremel, and that might be it for this video because it's getting late in the afternoon. But the same burr on here, this Kutzall taper burr. To get these Kutzalls, just go to the description down below. It'll take you to the Kutzall site, save yourself 5%. I'm just going to kind of give these branches some twists in here. And like, for example, let me fix this microphone. This is where the door is going to be. I left it open, but I don't really like that. Looks like a friggin' lobster's claw there, so I'm going to have to try and fix that up a bit too. I'll do that off camera. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I did some detail carving on the branches. I did some quick sanding with this sanding mandrel with the Scotch-Brite on it. So let's give you the full 360. I carved a little door in there. I carved it super deep. I'll tell you why later. I'm thinking about carving a window up there. But that's going to be it for this video. And we'll finish the next video. We'll finish doing the wood burning on the house, the tree house. We'll do some painting. We'll friggin' get her done. Yep, get her done. Like I said, this is a prototype, and I'm learning lots of stuff from this. I probably should have made the branches up on the house a little bit. Not like that one's skinny enough. Like that's pretty big. I need to practice my branches. Anyways,